Hi, my name is Marvin Belika, and this time we're doing structured text inside Codesys. Structured text is kind of written like high-level language. As you can see, there's the syntax here. Very similar to what you will see in C, C#, Basic, Pascal, and all those other high-level languages. So in this case, I have three different examples. One is how to use the set and reset, which are part of the set language for structured text. The S is for setting the value and the R is for resetting the value. So that's like a flip-flop where you're replacing the integer with self-references, but you're using a different variable to change the state. And the second one, that's like a traditional self-latching mortar logic, where you use, in other logic, you'll be using one rung, and then you'll have a parallel for the mortar. So when the mortar turns on, it self-latches. So you're using an OR statement there and an AND statement. So it's an OR AND, like we saw yesterday with the function blocks, very similar to that. And the very last one, we have a timer off. And this one you can use to set a process to stay on for however much you want to do. So you can create sequences and stuff. And then you can have a counter to count the states. And right there, so it's similar to function block counter up and time on, time off delay functions. If you're familiar with those in function blocks and ladder logic. So let me get online so I can run it. All right, let's run the simulation. So this is how the code is. As usual, it'll always show you the state of each of the lines of code. So when I push a button on this end, you can see that happens. That one, start button set to true. Hold it again, motor right now is true, and the only way I can do it is if I sets the stop to true, then it turns the motor off. For example, 2, same thing here. When I hit start, stays on, even if buttons let go, and then it'll stop. And so you can see on the HMI side of this, start, stop, start and stop, and start and stop, start and stop. That's the self-latching one, and that's when you're using the set and reset. On the start example here, there's a counter here. So every time I start, it's on for 2 seconds, which is set on the timer off delay. And then it counts up the number of times you've done it. And then if you want to reset the value back to 0, use that. And in the code here, we're using the timer itself. So the start and then the timer off delay based on the number of seconds we set, which was 2 seconds. And then the motor will be false, but it'll call the time function and stay on for however much time declared for timer in the first step, which is 2 seconds. And then that counter will count up based when the motor is true, and it'll only reset when the reset value is false. So I'll run it again. So that's for set and reset values. This one here is for the self-latching motor circuit. And the very final one is when you're using counters to count the number of processes. And we can use that to reset it. All right, thank you.